Hello, ladies. This one is for you. This is talking about relationship 101, I'm going to call it. And I'm particularly talking to black women. Women around the world have issues in their relationship, but, I can't speak to their situation. I just see what's around me with black women and from my own experience. But if it relates to other women around the world, then, I say, you're welcome to take what you can from what I have to say. I always wonder, why is it that black women tend to have such problems in their relationship, maintaining a relationship? And there's always these answers as to why we can't keep a man, or black men come on and say how they would rather be with other women because of our attitude and all these things. But really, it doesn't really matter. A guy who says that the reason why he's not with a black woman because of her attitude, really has a lot to learn. Because some of the women that you think is docile, oh my goodness, they're just waiting to take you to the cleaners. So good luck with that one. But I am appealing to black women who have issues with relationship, and you can't just blame the man. You have to think about your own involvement and your own role. And when you find yourself in and out of relationships and nothing seems to be working, it's time to not look at the men so much, but look at yourself. So I have my cheat sheet here with me, and I'm going to look at it from time to time because I don't want to forget anything. So one of the things that I realize with us keeping a stable relationship, I find that we have these lists, these unrealistic expectations about men or relationship, and we call them our must-have list. So they would say, for example, some women would say, "Oh, I want a man who's tall and dark and handsome. He has to make a certain amount of money and all of that." What I think is, for the number one reason why we're not maintaining relationships is because we have unrealistic expectations and superficial expectations. Because if what you value most is money, you can go and work your own money. You can make your own money. Women are independent now. We have careers. We make the same money as men. Or if we don't, we can fight for that right. So you don't have to choose a relationship based on how much money, unless you're a gold digger. And if you're a gold digger, then, good luck with that. Um, don't set yourself up to fail. Because when you must remember that when we're entering into a relationship, if you're a woman and you're interested in a man, I can't speak for women to women relationship because that's not my experience. But from a woman who loves men, you're setting up yourself for failure. When you have these long, unrealistic goals or expectation, the man has to make this amount of money. So what if you don't meet that person? You're going to spend the rest of your life without a man? You need to assess that. Okay, uh, you must not allow others to dictate your choice. So you meet a guy and he's not 6 feet tall and he doesn't make $100,000 a year, but you like him. But your family and your friends say, well, you're a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher. You can't date someone who works in a factory. So you really like this guy. You really have a connection with this young man or old man, whatever is your choice. And because others say this is not the right thing for you, you let it slide and you pick the one who's a career person who doesn't even like you. Stop living your life for other people. Make your own choices. If you are a banker and you feel like marrying someone who sweeps the street, that is your business. You don't allow anyone to tell you how to live your life. You're not willing to do the work that is required. So you meet a guy, and yes, we all are visual people and we all see beauty and all of that. You know what you want. You know you want someone who's kind and loving and gentle. Those are qualities. Because when you talk about a man making X amount of money, that's ridiculous. We're looking, if you want a relationship that is meaningful, you have to look for the things that do not cost anything. And so you want someone who's kind and loving and gentle and loyal and honest. These are things you should be looking for in a person. The other stuff will come. And if that person doesn't have it, you can go find it yourself. So my thing is, are you willing to do the work? You meet this guy, so he has all the qualities that you're looking for, and he tells you, oh, I am into charity. I am someone who likes to give of myself to whatever cause. And you say, oh, that is wonderful. He told you that. Where is the proof that that is true? So you meet him. Did you do any research? Did you try to investigate who this person is? Did you check out his character? And that cannot be done overnight. It's time for us as women to stop thinking about those superficial qualities, those things that we see, and investigate the things that we don't see. That is more important. How do you investigate? You can talk to him, you listen to what he's saying, that is great. You try to pick the brain of his friends, because if he's not introducing you to his friends, or is very shy and timid around his friends, he's just trying not to let you find out his true qualities. And if he doesn't want to introduce you to his friends, he has something to hide. And if he's interested in you and he's not interested to introduce you to his family, I'm not saying he's going to do it right away, but after you've seen him for a little while, that should be something every man who is in love with a woman or wants that lady to be more than just a booty call wants his family to see that person. He wants you to meet his relatives. And what about your test? What test do you have for him? If you know that you have a particular man in mind, you want to spend the rest of your life with this person, what are you doing to test? Did you know that an eagle, the female, will take the male to the top of the tree? And what she does is a series of tests to see if this is the eagle that she wishes to spend the rest of her life with and have her children with. She breaks limbs and drop them from the tree. First, one limb that weighs the same amount as her, and she watches to see if he's going to catch it before it falls to the ground. She also breaks a small branch to see, maybe the size of her baby, to see if he's going to catch that branch before it falls to the ground. The eagle, the bird, is very particular about who they choose to mate with. But a lot of times what we look for is how they look, their physique and their face. What does this person have to bring to the table? What promises is he making to you? Because anyone can say anything, but what are you doing to test it? So the guy says, I will climb the mountain and I would go over the valley for you. But you call him when you're sick and say, I'm in the hospital, and he makes an excuse that, oh, I couldn't come out, I was really tired. And the next time he calls you, you're in bed with him. This is one of the problems that we have as women. We sometimes allow our emotion to get in the way of our consciousness. And we're too willing to drop our drawers for a man that we claim we like. So you're a teenager and you're not thinking, but you're an adult now. You've been through a few bad relationships and you realize that sex is great, but it's not going to determine if you get married or not. It doesn't make a man fall in love with you. It's important in a relationship, but it's not the most important thing, especially at the onset of a relationship. You don't know anything about this person, but because he makes you feel good and he's handsome and before you know it, your drawers is off. You take your drawers off for a man that you don't know nothing about. You don't know his family. You don't know his likes, his dislikes. You don't know anything about him. Did you know that if you're not having sex for a while and you go to the doctor, he can tell? Why? Because your cervix is not dilated. Are you willing to just open your legs and have sex with a man and allow him to dilate your cervix? And it's not even worth it? Think about it. Think about it. We cannot allow our emotions to allow us to give us such an amazing part of our body to somebody. Someone we don't really know and someone who's not even worthy. Why are you going to lay down and open your legs? Do you see how far God put that thing? When you stand up, you're covered. And if you shave it all, you're still covered. You got to lay down and open your legs for somebody to get on top of you and have sex with you. Are you sure that he's the right person for you? You claim you want quality in a man, but you always settle for just what appeals to the eye. As I said earlier, quality. You need that. You need someone who stands up for something. Somebody's respectful to men. If you see a man who's disrespecting one woman, do you think he's going to respect you? He tells you all kinds of crap about his ex-woman. You think he's going to respect you? He talks about the sexual things he's done to other women. Unless you're into that kind of thing, you should be used as a marker. This is not a good person. And if you are in a relationship with him and you don't have a key to his place, something is not right. If he lives with his mama, well, that's too bad. He should be willing for you to come over to his mama's house. Because a lot of women end up having affairs with married men and they claim they don't know because they're stupid. He always comes to you because it's convenient for him to do so. And I know some women are very busy and just, okay, just come see me because I don't have time, especially if you have children. Well, you know what? You have to invest time and energy into finding a good man and not allowing anyone to use and abuse you. You say you don't want the man, but you're always looking. How is it that men are no good? And you're always looking. The first chance you get to crawl up in a bed with a man, you're there, but you say he's no good. A guy cannot do nothing to you unless you allow him. He can come and try to deceive you, but you will find out. And when you find out, as long as he continues to deceive you and to hurt you, you are allowing that. So it's okay to be single. It's okay to be alone. It doesn't matter who's married and who has a boyfriend. Be okay with being by yourself. Put those fingers to use. Let those fingers love you, my sister. Ain't no shame in that. And then when this guy tells you that he doesn't want you, why do you insist on cursing the other woman that he's with? If he thinks that you're not the right person for him for whatever reason, even if he's a jerk and he goes off with another woman, that's not her problem. Don't say, well, what does he see in her? Look at me, how hot I am and how beautiful I am and how educated I am. Why is he with that ghetto rat? Excuse me. If you were so important and special, maybe he wouldn't be leaving you for a ghetto rat. Maybe she has qualities in her that you don't possess. You might have a beautiful face, but your character is not very good. And that ugly woman might be someone who knows how to respect herself, how to put her cards on the table and tell the man what she wants, what she expects, and what she will not settle for. And a lot of beautiful women, because you're so pretty, you tend to be a little bit arrogant. You tend to think everyone is going to fall at your feet, and that the fat, ugly lady is not even worthy to walk beside you. Well, hello. A lot of fat, ugly women are married and happy in their marriage. Think about your attitude. When a man shows you who he is, believe him. If he hits you, he's a wife abuser or a woman beater. Don't make excuses for him. Run. If he cheats on you, chances are he's going to do it again. Run. Stop trying to prove that you're better than the other woman. If he left you for her, let him stay with her. And open up yourself to meeting someone who loves you, who thinks that you're everything and then some. Love yourself for who you are. Believe in yourself. Let go of those superficial ideas about a woman. A man is just a man. And every man has the potential to do bad things to a woman if you allow him. It's not always your fault that he did the original sin, but it is your fault if you continue to allow him to do that. And you can't just look at someone's face and know their character. And if the person tells you who they are, believe them. And stop making excuses for the person. If he cheated on you once, he might cheat again. That doesn't mean you can't forgive. But you have to be careful. The point here is to say, when you meet someone, take time to get to know the person. Investigate. Check the person out. Think on these things. Don't hate the woman who has a man that loves her and treats her well, or be jealous of her. Find out what she did. Find out what she did right. And do not listen to other people's ideas of who is right for you. You are the only person who knows what's right for you. Choose wisely. Take time to know yourself. And then you get to find a man who loves you.